Alright, here we go with our Mean Streets of Gadgetzan card opening. We have 51 packs. First one's still open. I had to test it because I'm having a bit issues with recording quality right now, so hopefully that's not big of an issue. But yeah, first pack opening. Nice, so we already had gold card, Shaman, Jade Chieftain. None of these cards are particularly amazing here. Shaky Zip Gunner potentially. Jade Chieftains. If Jade Golems work in Shaman, and you can get like a 3/3 taunt out on 7 mana, that's not bad. Alley Cat's pretty good. Alright, so let's keep going. Alright, Golden Rare, nice. This card, pretty cool if you can get it down to 3 mana, 3 mana, 4/5 is nice. Once and 2 rotates out, I think Cabal Song Stealer will be good and make Priest even more frustrating. This is nice because it's continued effect, and you do lose a lot of tempo on Jade Spirit, so I'm not too sure how good that is. And this is nice neutral for counterplay, since Blizzard is helping with the stealth mechanic. Alright, already got an epic. Cool. Mean Street Marshal. That's nice. Agent Socialite, not very good. Voodoo Doctor can outclass it. Shake Zip Gunner again. This is an interesting card. Curious to see if it works. And Naga Corsair, 4 mana, 5/4, so its base stat line's good. Arena, it'd probably work. Alright, just gotta check. Alright, cool. Alright. Ooh, nice. Okay, Cabal Trafficker generates a lot of late game value, but I don't know how many strong demons there are for late game, so I don't know, this might make a Reno list. I don't think any other list would run it, though. Maybe if the Control Warlock works, but same thing with Blast Crystal Potion. A lot of people think this is really bad. I actually don't hate it as much. Single target removal isn't something that Warlock particularly, specializes in. You have the Siphon Soul, which basically has to be run. Some would argue, like, you could use BGH for this, but even so, like, sometimes you want to remove Death Rattle effects, right? Like, so I don't think Blast Crystal Potion is as bad as people say, and if Warlock is desperate for single target removal, if people are running targets that isn't going to get BGH this rotation, then I think this does make it into the Reno list. Cabal Lackey, this helps enable. This is like one of those pushes toward basically Secret Mage. Not sure how good that deck will be. Doppelgangster, wow, this is really strong with the buff cards, and then Cryomancer is it's all right, but. I mean, yeah, arena stat-wise it would be pretty good, but I don't think a minion freeze mage deck would work. Traditional freeze mage is better. All right, 2 rares here. Oh, Abyssal Enforcer, really like this card. Bomb Squad is a hard Sylvanas counter, but I'm not sure what else. Obviously, this again. Call in the Finishers. I don't know why it's called Call in the Finishers when it's a 2-turn finisher and it's a 4/4, but whatever. Okay, Alley Cat again, nice. And went over these cards before. So hopefully this isn't like last opening where I got 2 Boogie Monsters. Hopefully I get some better stuff. Jade Behemoth, I don't know if this is too amazing. 6 mana, 3/6 taunt. So that's okay. But by this time, you'd probably want at least like a... You would want at least like a 2/2 Jade Golem. Ideally, like 3/3 would be pretty good, but 2/2 wouldn't be horrible, right? Because then you're getting like what 5/8 taunt. So that's not that's not too bad, especially because like 6 mana you'd want like a 6/7. So a 5/8 taunt, yeah, that that'd be pretty good if it was with the 2/2 Jade Golem. This actually isn't too bad. This. I don't see how you could really get this to work too well. Even with a mill deck, your goal isn't to like get minions on board. Jade Blossom is really strong. I think if Jade, if the Jade deck is good, I think the card is strong. Nice is some nice stuff for a more control variant of Shaman. I like the direction they put toward that, and then again neutral counterplay for that card. Top minion +3/+3, not bad actually. I think this would work with these cards which have more synergy this time work if the decks work. So I think if this deck works, then yeah, it's not horrible. But Warrior does have good 2-drops, right? Like you have things like Doomsayer that are really good if you it's not commonly played in Warrior, but for defensive cards, if you were desperate for something 2-drop like proactive from like. That gives you initiative would be like Doomsayer. This is an investment card, so you potentially like hit the wrong minion with it. So I do think a lot of the hand buff cards, like while they can be strong with the investment, you lose tempo, and it's like it's a random chance, right? So it's not amazing. Jade Lightning is pretty strong. 4 mana GL4 summon a minion is not bad at all. We went over this. Jade Swarmer helps, good for copying the Death Rattle effect. Otherwise, it's just 2 mana 1/1 summons another 1/1. And Friendly Bartender, good vanilla minion. I like to see power creep on vanilla minions because I think power creep on vanilla minions is what you need for is honestly what you need sometimes in constructed play. All right, so this Silence of Death Rattle minion, again, neutral counterplay they like to add. I don't see this as being, obviously Sylvanas, right? Sylvanas, Tyrion, but teching a 6 mana card isn't like too amazing for those, right? Because you have to imagine that Harrison Jones is pretty good because it's generally good against against weapon classes, but something like this would only be good against most Death Rattle classes, which usually is control. The smaller Death Rattle effects you're not going to be able to hit at 6 mana. Even with Savannah Highmane, you'd be still getting hit for a 6/5 on a deck that's fairly aggressive. So, Grime Street Smuggler, 3 mana, 3/5. I mean this. Again, depends on the deck. I don't see this card being too good. Cabal Talon Priest, not bad. 3 mana, 3/4. But how often is it that you have a 2 mana minion out? And yeah, more pirate support, so that's cool. All right, legendary, nice. All right, so we got Raza the Unchained priest card. Looks like I'll be playing a lot of priest this patch. Greater healing potion, nice. Though. This is really good because if any aggro deck that relies on burn tries to hit you, it's bad. You're just screwing them completely. But I don't think against if you play against a board flood deck, especially say you play against some sort of shaman deck, right, and they're running Bloodlust, this card still doesn't help you very much. But against other decks, I think it's pretty good. Organ Greaser, good card for Arena. This card's horrible. Because if you just compare it to the cards above and below it, it just did not have the stats. And then Gadgetzan Socialite, we went over. It's 1 more mana on the Voodoo Doctor for 1 more health. It's not amazing. Alright. Oh, nice. I do like this card because this is a 6 mana 7/7. It does hurt a lot of the summon 6 cards, but that's okay. A Mark of the Lotus, more solo use for power. It's the card that summons a panther, but with 1 mana this is actually if a token deck exists, this is pretty good in it. I don't think this card gets enough value. 6 mana 5/5 draw card, I don't even know because we have a 5 mana 4/4 draw card that gives spell damage, so 6 mana 5/5 and it has a dragon tag. 6 mana 5/5 draw card next turn, I don't know if that investment's worth it, right? It's easy to remove, you have to attack and survive, so I'm not too sure. This is nice if there is a hand buff paladin deck. I think the hand buff paladin deck would be more of an aggressive 1-drop token deck. I have played against a few recently, so it's Lotus Agents, 5 mana 5/3. I imagine this is one of the weaker ones. Again, I'm not sure how good this will be, and we went over these cards. All right. Okay. Alright, so Marin Murloc. I don't think this is going to make it into a Murloc Paladin list unless an aggressive one works. And, good minion for, what is it called? Good minion for Arena, but I don't think constructed makes sense to put. Oh, nice, epic. Fell Orc Soulfiend. Possible priest card, but in reality, if you have to heal it every turn, it's not amazing. You might as well just play, for the injured Blade Master. Restore a minion to full health. I like this. And this is a neutral card too. So I mean, obviously, 4 mana 3/6 for this, is pretty decent. 4 mana 2/6 is not as strong, but if I'm trying to think what decks would have this be viable, right? Because you play 3-drop. I mean, even injured Blade Master is nice, but I think Paladin has, or not Paladin, Priest has better cards than this already for 4, so it's not too good. 4 mana, or 3 mana 4/3. I don't know if this is a new stat line for Taunt, but that's nice to see. Devolve, very troll. I'm excited to see if that actually works, but imagine that silence effects are already pretty good, so I know a guy. Taunt minions are generally undervalued, or taunt minions generally lose value. I know in Warrior they've managed to they're realizing taunt isn't as strong. I mean, taunt is great against aggro when every minion has taunt, but it's other than that it's not amazing. So I know some people argue you might as well put the taunt minion in your deck. It is nice to be able to just discover something because that's very versatile, right? But you can't hand buff it if it's not in your hand yet. So I don't know. Backroom Bouncer, good 4-mana card. I think definitely arena viable. These two aren't amazing. I think if Red Mana Worm was actually a 4-mana card, it would actually be extremely strong. Right now at 5 mana, you could argue that Rogue may play it in like some sort of Cold Blood. You know, in a lot of a sense, you could see it as sort of like an Edwin that gains more attack, but it does cost 2 more. And it won't gain the health. The health usually doesn't matter because you want to silence or you want to shadow Edwin or conceal Edwin anyways, and then just hit face. But you know, in this scenario, I think that 5 mana is too much commitment. And Backroom Bouncer, yeah, like I said, good arena card. Don't see it being constructed viable. Greek Crew Master, bad general card, and yeah, we've been over these before. Come on, rip. Okay, Jade Claws, decent card. If the deck works. Alright, Jade Shurikens, also a decent card if the deck works. Cabal Chemist. So this is interesting because it doesn't have the Discover effect for these 3 classes, it's just adding a random potion. I don't think that's very good because, you know, some potions are shit, some potions are okay if you have synergy, so I don't see it being that good. Greek Crew, bad. Public Defender. So, Public Defender is interesting, right? Because if you can buff it, I guess it's okay. But in many ways, Doomsayer basically is Public Defender with a board clear. So, you know. Brass Knuckles, I think this is too slow. This just doesn't do enough damage. If this did 2 damage, maybe. It's possible. I think in a Reno deck of one of these, it's possible. But I think in a normal deck, I doubt it. In a normal deck, you wouldn't really need this, but in a Reno deck, you can use it to basically... just the ability to discover a very versatile card from these 3 card pools is nice. Jade Idol, wow, what can I say? That just crushes control matchups. I think it's ridiculous they added a card like that that can just stomp control matchups. So, you know, it's not as good as I make it out to be, but it is troublesome when I think about it. Like, it is worrisome. Okay, Kooky Chemist is just the, yeah, it's Crazed Alchemist but bigger. Been over these, and then Veilfire Potion, larger, you know, larger. What was it? Hellfire, and I think possible running into Reno if there is enough like cards that try to swarm, and then you want another board clear, so it's not bad. Beast Druid is already not seeing play right now. I don't think this will help it. Cabal Crystal Runner, if Secret Mage is a deck, this is pushing it. It's basically the thing from below for Secret Mage. Then you gotta ask yourself, like, is Secret Mage, like, you know, are the secrets actually, like, that amazing for early game? And, you know, it depends. I played against one earlier today, it was kind of annoying, so, yeah. Okay. Well, I got a lot of duplicates to disenchant. Let's hope for another legendary, though, at some point. Please? No legendaries. We only have Raza the Unchained so far. Toxic Shaurus, Ursurus. If you're missing a 3-drop for like Acidic Swampoos, I'd say that's alright, but I still think Acidic Swampoos is just better in situations where you like just need to kill the weapon when it's not just 1 durability. Is, you know, this just doesn't cut it. Grimm's Reinforcer. Again, I like the passive effect, but I think 5 mana 4/4. I'm not sure how good that'll be, especially if for an aggressive deck. I don't know if you want a 5 mana card that buffs things. Is this the legendary pack? Nope. Smuggler's Crate. Not bad if you want a proactive 1-drop, but it's an investment. So, you know, that's... this is basically, if... You know, it's more versatile in the sense that, like, you can combo it. But that's also, like, you know, that means you do have to combo it. So, you know, it depends. Okay. Lunar Visions, I don't think it's good enough. Unless you make a huge minion-based deck, I don't think Lunar Visions is amazing. Okay. Hoping for 3 legendaries at least. That'd be nice. Okay, Backstreet Leper. I hope this makes face decks a bit better. Face decks, you know, after Priest this game, for this patch, are not nearly going to be as strong. Okay. Oh, Pine Science Potion. This with Crazed Alchemist would be funny. Also, it helps some of the other priest cards. But, you know, whenever you run combo in Hearthstone, it's not nearly as strong. Especially when it's like a board clear combo, I don't think it's as good. You know, you have things like, obviously Paladin, right? Equality, Concentrate, Equality, Pyro. But with, you know, with Priest, I don't think it's too good. Give all minions +1/+1. Yeah, I think this would work, again, if the token deck works. Grimstripe Protector. I don't think this works for a control deck, because you're not necessarily going to have the minions give Divine Shield. But if mid-range Paladin comes back, then yeah, I think that's decent. And I think mid-range Paladin can come back if you don't lose too much tempo from the hand buff cards. So, you know. I think this card... Alright, people have been underrating this card, I think. I think in a Reno deck, this is good, because if you can discover a card, especially Mage, Priest, and Warlock cards, which I think, or at least Mage has good cards, right? You know, Priest arguably, you know, sometimes has good cards. You have removal. Warlock, again, you can sometimes get removal and stuff. But I think, like, mainly in a Reno deck, which is what they're pushing for these three classes specifically, if there's room in the deck, I think this definitely could be run. And I would like to try it out. A Shadow Rager, nice meme. I wish it was 5/2. Okay. Come on, legendary. Well, you know, at least I'll get a bunch of discounts. Alright, whenever you summon a Battlecry minion while this is in your hand, yeah, I don't know. I don't think that's gonna work. I mean, like, how do you even build a Battlecry deck, right? Golden. Alright, 2 fight promoters. If you control a minion with 6 or more health, draw 2 cards. Okay, so if you manage to buff this card in your hand, it actually draws off itself. So you draw, so 6 mana, like, for, say, like, maybe it's a 5/6 or something, draw 2 is great. Is that going to happen? I'm not certain. And again, it really depends. The fact that it's random is, like, kind of hard. So I've gotten a lot of epics this pack opening, but not many legendaries. I think I got, like, 3 or 4 legendaries for Karazhan, or not Karazhan, Whispers. That's a bit unfortunate. Maybe I'll have a bunch of legendaries in the last pack. This in like a traditional card game, this would basically be like a box, right? And I'd be guaranteed a few legendaries. Okay. Potion of Polymorph. This does help push the idea of a Secret Mage. My main issue with Secret Mage is that you're investing a lot into secrets when you don't have discounts on them, so... Madame Goya. Not the legendary I was looking for. Good disenchant, though. Okay. You know, I want to see the return of Sludge Belcher. Now, of course, with N'Zoth in the metagame, maybe that's too good, but, you know, I love Sludge Belcher as a card, and I would like to see it come back. A lot of disenchants for this pack opening. Alright, 4 more packs. Let's go. A lot of epics, too. Oh, Rat Pack, not bad. Counterfeit Coin's good. I don't really play Rogue, though. I really only play Mill Rogue. I don't have fun with the other ones. Alright, 2 packs left. Ooh, I like Ali Armorsmith. I just hate that Priest is a thing, so it'll screw over Ali Armorsmith. Okay, more Fellfire Potion. Yeah, and the final pack. Alright. Okay, no legendary. So we got 2 legendaries, Madame Goya and Raza. You know, Madame Goya, disappointing, but Raza, very good. If Priest is good, of course. So let's do the disenchants now. Disenchanting all the dupes. So let's see how many we get, how much dust we get. So 765 dust. So that's nice. I don't really want to disenchant anything or craft anything right now, because I feel like I would regret it. But for the sake of me wanting to, more cards, let's do that. So, see, I don't think Beast Druid will be a thing, but I'm kind of don't want to disenchant those right now. I'll disenchant Lunar Visions because I actually don't think this will see play. Okay. There's like good cards that I didn't get, like Kun the Forgotten King. Okay, this is golden. That's a good disenchant to have. I don't think this is going to be a card. Even in Secret Hunter, I think the 4/2 is too good. Like, come on, 2 mana 4/2 is too good. I don't want to disenchant these yet, because they actually are potentially pretty good. Let's see. I'm disenchanting Freeze Potion. That's just horrible. Potion of Polymorph I would like to disenchant, but it is, well, it's potentially good. I think Cryomancer is bad. I mean, if the secret deck works, it's potentially good. Volcanic Potion, I think in Reno Mage this is actually run once the new Reno Mage archetype works. Yeah, don't want to disenchant this yet. I'm not going to play... Am I going to play Aggro Paladin? That's the question, right? I don't want to play Aggro Paladin, but it's like... It's potentially decent. So, I mean, no real reason to disenchant those yet. They are just common cards after all. So, yeah. Pine-sized Potion is potentially good. Cabal Talon Priest. Golden. Good disenchant. You may be wondering why I have Purify and Embrace, but, well, I do like Troll deck sometimes, so... Okay, disenchanting that. What else? Let's see. Happy to have Raza now. That's nice. Yeah, I don't see in a deck immediately for Gadgetzan and Ferryman, so I'll go ahead and disenchant that. I don't really plan on ever playing Rogue that's not Mill Rogue even, so unless Jade Rogue is just amazing, I don't really think I'll keep playing Rogue. I'll keep Shadow Rager because I like the card. Just like the look, you know? Alright, Devolve, Jade Claws. I think this card is bad. Yeah, I really don't think Murloc Shaman is going to be a thing. Alright, golden card. Sick. Golden card. Oh, yeah. I don't think this card is going to be a thing. I don't think Brass Knuckles is... whoa, undo. No. Yeah, I don't think Brass Knuckles is good. Okay. I like this card. I'm not ever playing a Pirate deck. Well, Pirate Warrior maybe, so I'll keep that around. Yeah, this card's not good. This card isn't going to be good. Yeah, it's a golden card. I don't want... golden cards are always worth disenchants. If a face deck works, it'll be good. Get rid of this. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna be good either. I don't think Felorc Soulfiend is gonna be good. I think the other, the Injured Blade Master outclasses it. You know, more taunts in the game. I'll keep that around just in case. Yeah, I don't think we need Backroom Bouncer, because it has to be in your hand in order for you to get buffs. Nor do I think we need Daring Reporter. I don't think that's a good card. What else? Kooky Chemist is unnecessary. I think this is not going to work. Okay. I'm never going to play Working Greaser. Bomb Squad potentially. Oh, Grapefruit Master is awful. Red Mana Worm is bad. I'm going to disenchant these two. I'm also going to disenchant one of these. Okay. Second Rate Bruiser is potentially okay. That. Having the vanilla anti-stealth is good. Get rid of this. This is a bad card. I'll keep this around. I guess I'll keep Fight Promoter around, right? Because potentially Fight Promoter is okay. We'll keep Madame Goya because just in case she's the next Barnes combo deck. But we'll keep her for now. Wind up Burglebot I think is awful. That's not getting play. Yeah, that's about it. So I'll go create some decks now, and yeah, this has been my pack opening. Unfortunately, we only got those 2 legendaries, right? I kind of wish we had some more better legendaries, but that's okay. Anyways, this has been the Jack of all trades, signing out.